Today we'll be looking at a couple different locations on Google Earth where I found the highest quality satellite imagery. Starting off, we'll be going to Santa Cruz de la Solte, a small island off the coast of Colombia. As we go to these various locations, I'll be sure to throw the coordinates up on the screen for anybody who's interested. Santa Cruz de la Solte is a tiny island from coast to coast, shoreline to shoreline. It is just over a tenth of a mile long. However, the population of this island is estimated to be around 816 people. Due to the small size and the high population, you can see that they have no space to waste and that they've utilized practically every inch of the island. The island was uninhabited until the 1860s. The first settlers gathered various building materials from the sea that were used to further build out the island. Things including seashells, coconut shells, tree trunks, sand, and even garbage. Comprised of Afro-Colombians, the island relies on solar panels to generate electricity. The island has no toilets or sewage, with food and other essentials having to be imported from overseas. What's cool about this imagery is that it gives you a little insight into a completely different way of life, and the high resolution lets us make out distinct objects that would usually be hard to see on Google Earth, like individual roof slats, solar panels, garbage, and even people. And if you spend any time on Google Earth, you know how rare it is to find people. If you go to any metropolitan area where you'd expect to see a ton of them, like New York or Tokyo, they're just not there. So being able to see people on this tiny island is pretty cool. Next, we'll head on down to Africa, more specifically Tanzania, near the Kigosi Game Reserve. This image, dated from 2004, shows us a stampeding herd of buffaloes. This image, like the next one that will be showcased, comes to us from activist Michael Fay's Africa Mega Flyover, where Michael Fay flew over various parts of Africa, taking over 90,000 photos in an effort to convince policymakers to invest in natural resource development. I do highly recommend checking out some of his other photos. More used to be present on Google Earth, however, over time they've started dropping off. Lastly, we're going to head into Niger to take a look at another photo credited to activist Michael Fay. This area kind of gives me a trypophobia feel, and from what I can find online, this is theorized to be photos of saltwater evaporation pools, in which seawater is put into these shallow pools, evaporated over time, leaving behind piles of salt for consumption. With a similar level of detail to Santa Cruz de la Solte, we can even see the shadows of some of the people working here. And what's really cool is looking at the various sizes of these pools and the different colors of them. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and I love you.